How's everybody doing today? The time has finally come for me to take care of this Navigator's sagging rear end. I tried to test it with the computer and the compressor was not kicking on. So I'm thinking it might be time to replace the bad compressor. I'm going to attempt to do this by myself. I have ordered the new one. And in fact, let's go check out the new one now. It's from Arnott, which I've had seemingly good luck with in the bends right here. But the boot ripped on it, and it's only like a year old, so mixed feelings on that. But the compressor is good. Actually, I think I got a Bilstein compressor, Arnott spring. Anyway, this is Arnott compressor. Let's take a look. Well, this is it right here. This is the part number that was recommended to me, P2937. Air suspension compressor, and actually says it right on here. Compatible with Lincoln Navigator and Ford Expedition. So, let's take a look. Take a look at what we've got here. Okay. So apparently it comes with the bracket already built in. Very nice. Two places for an airline. For some reason I thought there was only one. Maybe there's two. I don't really know. And some air hose goes all the way around and finally comes back right here. Interesting, but in any case, that's what you got. So let's try to take the old one off. So the first thing, as far as I understand, is a good idea to turn the air suspension off. What you do is press the setup button, and then to actually switch something is the reset button right next to it. Everybody probably knows that, just want to mention as I go along. So keep hitting setup. You see it's flickering there. It's not actually flickering live. It's a LED thing that flickers on camera. So you press this over and over until you get to air suspension, and you press the reset button to make it go on and off. Mine's already off, so we're gonna leave it there. Okay, after disconnecting the battery to make sure nothing's kicking on when I don't want it to, I tried using my wrench to take these two bolts off, but then I realized that's why God made power tools, right? Take those off. There's a little clip right here. Just pull up on it, and then you gotta wiggle this bad boy out of here. Clearly, it can almost be done. Yeah, it can be done with one hand. Then we move on to disconnecting all of these guys, all of the plugs. This one, this one, this one. You get the idea. This is not rocket science. There is the compressor underneath, so you don't have to take the battery out, as far as I understand. Let me pop all of these lights off, and I'll be right back. Here's the light out of the car. Here's the hole that it made. There's your compressor right there. From what I understand, the bracket sits on 1, 2, and possibly the third bolt right there. I mean, I know there's a third bolt. I just don't know what it is until I get under the car. So all of the light stuff, bulbs, plugs, I put over here in this nice hole, which I'm sure was not designed for it, but works nonetheless. There is this that you just pull off. This that you gotta use a flathead screwdriver apparently, but if you break the tab off, I do believe there is a new tab on the new compressor, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Just unplug this, and there's an airline on the bottom, which we'll get to in a second. Let me take the bolts off and go from there. So I keep trying to unscrew that screw on the bottom, taking forever to get off. Thought I'd take a break, thought maybe I'd take this off, maybe I can screw it from on top, and I've discovered a secret. Most people are trying to not break this stuff off, but check this out. If you put this on the side, there's a little clip right here. Let me see if I can show it to you. A little clip right there. And if you just put this in, I don't know if I can do it with one hand. Of course. So as I was showing you, and this slides right off. You can flip it, unclip it on the back, unclip it on the front, do whatever you gotta do, and it's pretty much not in the way. So maybe you can get to that bolt from here, even though with my luck I doubt it. So let's keep moving. So finally got the third screw out. This, as you saw, was a lot easier to unplug. You can just hide that bad boy. Well, I hid it over there at first, but now I realize that's the frame that's coming out. That's out. Now there's a air hose that needs to be disconnected, but you have to push it in to get it out. And then there's this guy, which I hope is not gonna break on me. Let me try to use a flathead or something to pry it off, and I'll show you what that looks like on the inside. So it seems to be strong enough to just pull it out, but it looks like crap in there. In fact, it is full of crap, so I'm gonna wash that out. And this should be brand new on the new compressor. So now that those things are out, and I finally got the third screw, let me see. Oh, there goes my screwdriver that I lost. I've got something connected to this thing on the bottom, so I'm gonna have to cut those zip ties off. But I was thinking, if you flip this, you should have better access to this guy, and I do believe I was right. Now, this is a part of my fog light that I've upgraded to LED, and I guess I'm gonna have to reconnect it to the new one, but for now it's gotta come off. So let me grab the clippers and I'll be right back. Okay, so those are now dangling down there, and this guy, it's a little bit hard to do. This thing goes up and down. You're obviously gonna have a new one on the new compressor, at least I hope. I've never put a R0 compressor before. So it's out like this with the hose in. What you have to do is push it down, push this all the way down, and then pull on that simultaneously on the hose, and it comes right out. Hard to do, but I was able to do it without any tools. What you want to do is, first you want to pull on the hose, so this is all the way up. Then you push this down while pulling on the hose out. As soon as this goes down, the hose will pop out. It will take a little bit of strength, but I know you guys are capable. If I'm capable, you're capable, so believe you me. Let's see if I can pull this guy out with one hand, and hopefully that's the culprit right there. Let's grab the new compressor. I gotta wipe down that this guy right here. Seems nice and bendy. So I guess the rubber is still not cracking, but let me clean that off, grab the new compressor, and go from there. I know that third screw is gonna be a pain. Do I need it really? You know, these are the questions you ask after you've just been battling it for like 20 minutes, which I guess in my experience is not that bad. Anyway, new compressor. So, problems as usual. Since this is not an OEM part, and this is a faux moco piece of crap, it's built a little bit differently. This thing that I was trying to take off, it doesn't exist here at all. What we got is this that's connected to this, and I have no idea what this does. No idea. So this part was connected to that, which I promptly broke off trying to disconnect it. It was like this. I don't understand why this is here. There is a hole that goes inside, and there's something that I can feel underneath. There's a hole right here that you can get in, and you can feel something, but it seems to me like it's not connected to anything, and I don't understand why would there be something connected to nothing. So moving on, I don't know why they would make it like this, unless it's a blow-off valve or some stuff. I'm gonna try to install it since I got this far. If I have to, I'm gonna order this damn little piece right here. I don't even know what it is, what it does, and leave this car sitting yet again, still, whatever. And here's a side-by-side for you guys. This has one hole, this has two holes, but one is plugged. So I'm gonna guess that it goes into this hole. Oh, hello. So that fell right off. Yeah, good stuff. In case you're considering an R-knot, just so you know, it was made in China, so nothing special. Oh, look at that. Engineered and assembled in the United States. How do you explain that? Made in China. Some bullshit right there. This is weird. It's got some holes there. I don't even know. This has a different bracket to it, which I guess is fine. I don't really care. But, okay. I know that last screw is going to be a pain, so if it even exists on this thing. Where was it? Oh, it's back here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let me get it situated, and I'll show you what happens next. More surprises, I'm sure. Okay, I just barely put the two screws here. I'm not even messing around with the third. It's very loose. I connected the airline, just pushed right in. Seems to be in there tight. I don't know. This was tough to get in, but it's in. This connector is not nearly as good as the original. Unfortunately, saying that about a Ford product, but I mean, it was designed for this car, so I think everything else is the way it's supposed to be. I don't really know. I'm about to reconnect the battery and see if it starts working. Because if it doesn't pump for whatever reason, doesn't lift the rear end up, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have to just get that stupid little piece of plastic and one of those pieces of crap. It's 2010, compressor made it 10 years, so I guess I shouldn't be too upset with it if it's the original part. I mean, it does look like crap, all rusted and stuff. In any case, here goes absolutely nothing. So I really want you guys to feel my pain, really, and learn from my mistakes. That's the most important part. As you can hear, my power steering's a little bit not doing great. Air suspension is off. Let's go ahead and turn it on and see if anything works. Give me a second here. Here we go. Nope. I guess not. So, in here, I have a check air suspension. And it doesn't turn on. Here, on the computer, it's doing its little thing. So, if the computer can give it the command to turn on, then shouldn't it be working? I don't know. I don't know. I guess let me tighten it up and see what happens. So, even though this is becoming a huge pain in the butt to get this thing in, my only hope is to drive it around, but let's to reset the computer, get it to pump. I don't know, but that's I'm not there yet. So, one more hint for you that I've discovered. There's a little screw right there that holds the mud guard, rain guard, whatever the hell this thing is called. That is a 7/32 socket. Take that off. You'll be able to manually push this out of the way, and I was able to get my contraption in there and actually screw it in with the impact. I wish I would have done that to start with, because that would have made my thing here like a good 20-30 minutes shorter, but the road to failure is a long one in this case. Everything is in. This bounces for some reason without any sort of, I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do, why it's bouncing. I don't really care at this point, as usually what happens with end of my projects. I zip tied. Ooh, I just realized the light probably needs to take that space. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that. Put that elsewhere, probably here. It's a little lower. It should be fine. Even here, unless the light goes there. I gotta tell you, I've had it with this thing. I have no idea where it's supposed to go. It's got a little hole on it. I thought maybe it goes on this, but I don't want to jam it on there and have it come loose afterwards. That would make this thing straight up pointless if all it is a box with 2 holes in it. That makes no sense to me, although I'm no engineer. So let me get rid of this, put the light in, plug it all back in, and go for a cruise. unbelievable. I had to use the computer to do it. I was gonna go for a test drive, but the computer actually raised the suspension. I'm gonna take you inside here in a minute and in a second. In fact, let's go inside right now. Okay, so what I did was I pressed ride height calibration, and all of that stuff is good. Oh, because the key is off. Anyway, ride height calibration. There's a button for raise rear end. Pressed it, thought nothing was happening until I saw a millimeter of something that I thought, you know, wishful thinking. That's when I set the camera to see how it's gonna rise up, and it actually raised up quite nicely, I might add, thinking that I failed this experiment. After that, I did a pneumatic test. I have no idea what that did. I turned it on, and it stayed on for like a minute maybe, and it said test finished or completed or something like that, so I figured maybe it passed. I don't know. Then I did an accurate trim test, which is in essence resetting the calibration for the suspension. That took only about 10-15 seconds maybe, and it came back complete. So right now it's up. So let's go for a test drive. I gotta move some cars around, but let me get this beast out of its grave and go for a cruise and see if I was actually able to fix something. Let's hit it. Okay, cleaned everything up. Can't really tell too well, but it's pretty much nighttime outside. Everything seems to be working. After I did those calibrations on the computer, in case you guys are wondering how to get rid of that check air suspension thing on the dash, it's done through a computer. It might be done through a test drive as well, but I don't know anything about that. So again, setup, reset. Let's make sure that the air suspension is on, as you can see. I don't know how I get to whatever. Oil life is at 74%, but I changed it like a year ago. It's pretty much time to change it again. Yeah, this thing is stuck. Come on! I made a video on how to get this thing loose, but god damn it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I need some power steering work as well. Wow, this thing is huge. I have not driven this. Let me buckle up. This thing is not gonna stop. I haven't driven this in a while. Biggest thing was that X5 over there. But oh man, I miss this. Slam on the brakes, get those to get rid of the rust. Probably have to do that a couple more times. On power steering sucks. Have to check that. What's up with that? It's making a humming noise. I tried to look into it, but there was a thing that said it might be your alternator humming. So that's interesting. So, as you can see, no lights. Slam on the brakes again. Okay. Oh man, this thing is nice. Boy, let me tell you. Let me tell you, this is nice. Oh. Beautiful lake. So, there you guys have it. It works. Somehow I was able to do it. If I can do it, you can do it. If you guys have any questions, as far as how to reset that air suspension calibration, holler in the comments below. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots and lots of projects on 4 cars. Every car has projects. I know I haven't made videos in a while, but other stuff going on, you know, other stuff. This whatever coronavirus crap they got going on with closing the businesses, trying to work with all this stuff happening. In any case, I'll see you on the next one, which should be right around the corner. Peace. Until you break down.